4 years ago in 2021, I started playing on my forever survival world in Minecraft. In this video, I want to show you some of the really cool stuff I did in this world. But first, there's a few details in this world that I want to talk about first. You see, this world used to be on the Nintendo Switch version of Minecraft, before being ported to Java. The reason I have so much time played in this world is because I had to AFK more often for basic resources, mine stuff by hand without TNT duping, and also just fight Bedrock Edition as a whole. That's why some of these builds, to be honest, aren't the biggest or most ambitious builds out there. Also, when I was playing on Bedrock Edition, I had a pack that allowed me to keep track of the day count. For some reason on Java Edition, the day counter is really buggy. On the basic launcher, the game displays only 700 days worth of playtime, but on Lunar it shows a proper day count. No idea why it's like this, but it just is. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Well, that was certainly an introduction of all time anyways. Let's get on with this world tour. Anyways, this is my main base. This is where I've basically been living this entire time. So in here we have this main area. This is where I spend most of my time. This is just my storage area. This is not automatic or anything because I'm lazy. Anyways, you got wood, cobblestone, special stone, dirt, a bunch of my valuables, except for my diamonds, which I just keep in my ender chest right here. And over here, there's an extension of my storage area over here with a bunch of glass, sand, shulker boxes that I could use, nether stuff, just anything, just a very basic storage system with, it's not a full beacon setup down there because I don't really like jump boosts and I don't really need regeneration because I have like gapples and saturation on Java Edition is so powerful. If we come over here up this trampoline, we see our bedroom. This is where I start most of my Twitch streams. Follow that, by the way. Anyways, this is the very first wooden pickaxe I used. These are two bows that I just can't repair anymore because they're too expensive. Over here's a dining room for all my friends, if I had any. Here's a potion room where I make drugs. Legal performance enhancing medicine. This right here is actually my starter house. This is the very first thing I built on this world. Over here would have been the loft area. This is where the enchantment table would have been. This is where the bed would have been, but obviously I don't use this house anymore because I kind of outgrew it for that big one over there. Here is my villager trading hall. It has almost all the enchantment books you need, farmers, armorers. Down here we have the other librarians, some butchers, and some smithing tables. I use the butchers for pork chops because I'm too lazy to build a hogland farm. This big custom mountain right here, this is really my first time ever terraforming, like anything from scratch, as you can tell, but this is actually what I call Mob Mountain. It's kind of pathetic. You're gonna see a much more impressive mountain later on, but essentially there used to be a old mob spawner, mob farm. Yeah, I know words. Yeah, there's used to be an old mob farm right here. If I go into Freecam mode, you can see it's a very basic system. I'm pretty sure it still works. I just don't use it. It technically still works, but it's just very bad. Oh look, it's working down there. This is where I used to keep a bunch of villagers, but then all the villagers got deleted when I moved from Bedrock to Java Edition. So now this is just a relic of the past. But anyways, here is one of my first, well, not one of my first builds, but this is like one of my biggest major builds. I basically drained out this entire ocean to make this big village area. I think this is genuinely one of my best projects I've done. It's very good. There's a windmill, villagers. This is actually meant to be the tall birch forest that got cut from the, from I believe the 1.19 update, but I made my own. It's not as detailed as some other people's renditions, but I still think it's pretty good. This giant building right here is actually meant to be a squid farm. This was back during Bedrock Edition. When I play on Bedrock Edition, this would be a squid farm that I would use, and it's why I drained out the entire ocean. But now that we're on Java, it just doesn't work. Fantastic. If we go over here, this is one of my this is I think one of my first like creative builds where I just built the Nether and the end into overworld. I'm not sure. Oh wait, that is real obsidian. Huh. Fun fact, if you actually go through this nether fortress and then come down here. This is back when I played on Bedrock Edition. This used to be a gold farm. This is basically where I would get all my gold and my XP. And it was very, very powerful for Bedrock standards. It was, I believe it was designed by Silent Whisper, and then the way I like modified it is I just added a bunch more portals. I'm really good at redstone, trust me. And then if we go all the way down here, I don't know why the magma thing isn't working, but this is where the zombie pigman would be killed. This used to be a trident killer back when this world was on Bedrock. Have you gotten the message that this world used to be on Bedrock yet? There's actually still like a lot of like stuff in here that I should probably take out and use. Like all these emeralds, these enchantment books, these diamond armor, these trident. Where did all these tridents come from? These. Why do I have so many diamond axes? And I just have a little bit of gold in here. Yep, I totally didn't forget about this room at all. Nope. Anyways, one of my other builds is right over here. So over here is where I keep my dragon egg. And I made this fog effect using torches and glass to make this foggy effect. But I think I did a really good job terraforming this area. And I think this is one of my better terraforming projects. Obviously, all the vines are overgrown now, so it doesn't look as good, because I didn't know that you could put string under a vine to like stop it from growing and make it look really good. But that's besides the point. This over here is a base for one of my friends that doesn't actually play on the server anymore. Well, not server, but I used to have a friend on Bedrock Edition that would jump onto this world, and I built this house for him. Just not gonna mention that. Anyways, this is one of my biggest projects so far. It's not even done yet, but I'm making my own custom mountain range around the entire perimeter of my base. As you can see, there's still an outline here, because this build is only like halfway done, because I still have this entire other area to complete for the mountain range. But I think this is my best terraforming work. As you can see, it's like all snow, ice, and stuff. And there's actually an inside here that I forgot to I meant to turn the entire inside to stone, as you can see here, but as you can see, this project got so big that I never got to finish it. At some point, I will finish this build. It's just another check mark in a big list of builds that I want to do in this world before I'm old and crusty and my hands succumb to arthritis because of how much I barfly click. Over here is my massive bamboo farm. At the time, when I built this in Bedrock, this was actually kind of useless, considering that, like, at the time, bamboo was kind of useless other than for making scaffolding, but now that it makes wood, it's actually useful. Anyways, over here, this is what I call my super flat plateau. At the time, I wanted to recreate super flat in survival Minecraft, so I made this giant plateau, but my render distance at the time was really small. So when I like played at like, I don't know, like 8 chunks, yeah, it looks like it's like a big super flat area, but it's really not that big. I kind of hate this part of my world because it's just a big flat plateau that I'm just not using anymore, but it's part of history. And then over here, this is a project that I kind of lost interest in. I really like this project, but eventually I lost interest to it. It's a giant aquarium where I rebuilt an ocean monument. There's a bunch of kelp growing. This really ugly treasure chest I can definitely build better nowadays. There's a really cool custom squid, coral, this island, these skeletons. There's this volcanic, how do I say that word? There's this really ugly cave over here, an elder guardian. That's not an elder guardian, that's a normal guardian. I'm really dumb. A custom trident right there. Yeah, this build is honestly really cool. I wish I had more ideas to put in here, but I don't know. Maybe I can fix like the treasure chest and the squid and everything and make this place more populated. And if we fly over here, this is actually a recreation of the old tutorial worlds from Minecraft Xbox 360 editions, because one of the first versions of Minecraft I ever played was on the Xbox. and I just wanted to play tribute to really great memory. Like, it even has the little house here, the old redstone area. I also I kind of revamped the big castle, kind of made it my own in here. It's not, I didn't decorate the inside because I really hated the inside, but I really like making the exterior. That was really fun. Over here is my spawn chunk. The original idea for this area was that this was just gonna be a massive city, but that never came to fruition. This area was meant to be like a big like mayor hall, but it never came to. I never did the inside. I don't do the inside for a lot of projects. This place actually got struck by lightning, and a part of the roof burned down. So that's like on my list of chores to clean up with. This mossy area, this entire mossy area used to be a desert, but I just covered it all in moss because I think it looks better. Also, this goober, no idea who this guy is. Just no idea. Don't know that guy. And over here, you're gonna see all this decimated land. You're gonna see why I removed all the dirt from this area, and it's because I needed it to make this. This is what I claim, at least at the time, to be the world record carrot and potato farm. And it's pretty big. Yeah, it's really big. It's really big. I made two really bad videos on building both of these. Yeah, this is just really big. This is just a really big farm. And if I hear anyone in the comments be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch me, Ultrog. I'm gonna beat this farm. I'm gonna destroy your record. I'm gonna beat this farm, and it's gonna be super cool, and you're gonna be all ashamed." I don't care. I don't care. All right, the 2 videos I made on these builds, they're terrible. They're terrible. I'm ashamed of them because they're so poorly edited, and I don't even know if these farms are world record. I'm gonna be honest, I put world record in the title that's mostly as clickbait. Like, at the time I was pretty sure that they were world record. I have no idea. I really don't. So if you go into the comments saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna break the world record. I'm gonna destroy you, Ultrog. I'm gonna destroy you." If you do take the 100 hours it is to beat my record for both of the farms, like the insane amount of time to place all these crops, to hoe, to till all the land, to set up all the water, just know that I don't care. Hey, Editor Ultrog here. I'm not saying that just don't go for this project. Don't try and attempt it, because I actually had fun doing the carrot farm and stuff. It was very cathartic. But I'm just saying, if you guys go into my comments or on my Discord and tell me, "Ooh, I beat your record," I really don't care. I'm not gonna go and try and defend it or anything. There's a few more builds I want to show off, but we're gonna take the Nether to go there. And I think it should take its time to just explore what I built on the Nether side of my world. Anyways, the most major build I want to show off is this. This is what I call Mob Valley. Essentially, ignore that. Essentially, I wanted to make a wither skeleton farm back when this world was on bedrock. So I spawn-proofed this whole area and made this wither skeleton farm. It never worked, and I dismantled it. But I think this build is pretty cool because you got all these really cool builds. That one's just terrible. That is just too skinny. I just hate that one. Over here is my Nether base. You could actually access it through this tunnel over here, but essentially my original intention, because this is again one of the first things I built in this world, is that this would have been a place where I could make a bunch of railroads just going all over the place. I even made a railroad right here, but this never came to fruition because I got the elytra and minecarts aren't very fast. Anyways, we're gonna go through this portal, and by the portal design you can probably guess what kind of build this is. So as you can see, this is the very first time I drained an ocean monument. I built a bunch of sky islands. I really like building sky islands, you'll see later. But yeah, this is just essentially just a really cool monument build. There's no guardian farm in here or anything. But I think this was my first like really major project in this world, and I think this project made me realize that this was my forever world and that I didn't want to have another survival world. Anyways, it's pretty cool. I really like this build. I could definitely do some of the terraforming better too. Originally, right here was gonna be my original set of netherite armor, but sadly, when I turned this world from Java to Bedrock to Java, it deleted all entities from the world, so the armor stand's not here. The original tools are still here though. The original tools are still present. And then we're going to quickly touch upon another nether build, and this is essentially a build that I took a lot of inspiration from Philza, and I just wanted to make like a big void hole with an end island. And it'll make sense why this is an end island here, but I think this is really cool. This is probably one of my favorite nether builds that I've done because well, it's not an original idea by any means, but I still think it turned out pretty well. And if we go through the portal, we can see originally I called this place Sky City, but it's not really a city. So I called this the wall. Essentially, the wall is essentially a guard place for the end portal right here. And as you can see, I made the end portal look all cool with all this. What do you call this again? Skulk. All this skulk. I know Minecraft terminology, yep. But yeah, this is just a really cool build I made. Once again, inspired by Philza. Could you tell that I took a lot of inspiration from Philza in this world? But yeah, this is probably one of my favorite builds, and this build is actually the banner for my YouTube channel. And then if we go through the end portal, we're going to see my most recent build. And this is probably the biggest build I'm going to do. This is the real Sky City. So I took out the entire end city. This build is actually the real reason I switched from Bedrock to Java, is because mining the end island by hand in Bedrock Edition took so long because TNT was just not viable because of how weak beaver farms are in Bedrock Edition. So I just decided to bite the bullet, switch to Java, and use TNT duping. You might call me a coward, but I don't care. I don't care about your opinions. I don't care about your opinions. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't. Anyways, I think this is nowhere close to being done. I still have to take out all these pillars, but they just take so long because apparently it takes more time to mine stuff in Java Edition than Bedrock. But I think I'm really happy with how the project's going so far. This is another castle. This is meant to be like a training ground for PvP. And over here, this is an entire recreation of the tribute map from Hypixel. This took a lot of time to build. Honestly, it was kind of boring because I was just using light matte. I'm a professional, guys. This project was honestly kind of boring because I was just using light Matica the entire time. So it was just kind of lame, to be honest. And over here is meant to be a research facility specifically for curing zombie villagers. I took one all the way from the overworld and just trapped it in here. I don't know what I named him, but I probably named him something really dumb. And this island is what I'm gonna be building for the foreseeable future, at least until I finish with it. And I'm gonna move on to to another island. But this is gonna be an agriculture island where I'm just gonna make this island like it's probably gonna be the biggest out of most of the islands. Probably not. It's actually no. It is bigger than most of the other islands. And it's just gonna host a lot of fields and stuff, and I think it'll be really cool. I think it'll be pretty neat. And fun fact, this entire bottom area, because I'm so paranoid about falling from this height, this entire area is just completely made of black glass. Like I just made a giant net out of black glass to essentially catch myself when I fall. And if I actually fall from like one of these islands, so if I fall from like here with Feather Falling 4, I'm pretty sure I survive. Yeah, and with the beacon powers too. But yeah, I think this is really cool because you can't see it at all. Because if you fly all the way up, you just can't see the black glass. And I just think it's really cool, and I really like it. thank you so much for watching this video. I put a lot of effort into making these builds and stuff, and I can finally share with random people on the internet. Glorious! Anyways, if you want to watch me work on this world in real time, go follow my Twitch. It should be in the description. I just do a lot of the building and stuff there, and I really want more viewers. So anyways, just please just go follow my Twitch if you want regular updates to this world and just see what I'm up to. And anyways, wow, I really need to come up with better ways to like finish my videos. I need to just stop cutting off my videos very abruptly. It's really bad.